Good morning to all dignitaries, guests, and delegates, the galaxy of intellectuals, honorable guests, respected officials, administrators, and beloved faculties, friends, and colleagues. How lovely is this day! The scent in the air clearly smells of divineness, liberty, humanity, and everything precious and beautiful. On this auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi, I, Dr. Sachin Kadam, Associate Professor of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, welcome you for the inaugural function of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research. I am your Master of Ceremony for today's event. Let me take this opportunity to request Dr. Ravi Raja NS to escort the dignitaries on the dais. Madam Vasanti Pai, Dr. H.S. Ballar, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, please. Now I invite Dr. Chetana and Mrs. Veena for invocation.
Mahaganapatim manasa smaraami Mahaganapatim manasa smaraami Mahaganapatim manasa smaraami Vashishtavamadevadivandita Mahaganapatim Mahadevasutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahakavyanatakaधिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
Thank you, Dr. Chetana and Mrs. Veena. We have esteemed guests and invitees among us. May I call upon Dr. Ravi Raja NS, Coordinator, Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, to welcome the gathering. Dr. Ravi Raja, please.
A very good morning to everybody and Dasara wishes. I am Ravi Raja NS, Director, Corporate Relations, and also Coordinator for Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research. Before I welcome the gathering, I'd like to pay homage to the founder of modern Manipal, Padma Shri, late Dr. T.M.A. Pai. And also my respect to the Chancellor of MAHE, Dr. Ramdas M. Pai, who is the architect of modern Manipal. Chief guest of today's function is Madam Vasanti R. Pai. She is Vasanti R. Pai. She is the trustee of MAHE Trust and also the chairperson of the Hostel Management Committee of MAHE. A very gracious welcome to you, Madam. Mr. Anurag Bagaria, who is the Chairman and CEO of Kemmel Biopharma, Bengaluru. He is the inaugurator of this Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research. He could not join us in person. He is going to make a virtual presence very soon. He is the chairman of the Contract Development and Manufacturing Company, a leading company in India, located in Bangalore. A very hearty welcome to you, Mr. Anurag Bagaria. Our guest of honor is Dr. Ranjan R. Pai, who is the chairman of MEMG, Manipal Education and Medical Group, and also the president of MAHE Trust, a fine mixture of entrepreneurship and also a philanthropist. So, very hearty welcome to you, Dr. Ranjan, to this function. Respected Pro-Chancellor of MAHE, Dr. H.S. Ballar, is presiding this function, and he has been a guiding force for all of us and for MAHE for more than 5 decades. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Our beloved Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, is a kind of architect behind this entire Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research. His continuous encouragement has made it possible today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We extend a very warm welcome to Madam Indira Balal to this function, and also Madam Kusuma Venkatesh for this function. I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. P.L.N.G. Rao, who is going to join us very soon, and Dr. Narayana Sabahit, who is the Registrar of MAHE, and Padma Bhushan, Dr. M.S. Valiyathan, the National Research Professor, and also the first Vice Chancellor of MAHE. Welcome you, sir. And we have Dr. K. Ramnarayan, former Vice Chancellor of MAHE and the Chairperson of Manipal University, Jaipur. Very hearty welcome to you, sir. We welcome all deans, directors, and heads of all MAHE institutions, departments, and centers, and also the directors and all officials of MAHE functional departments. A very hearty welcome to you all. Thank you.
Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada shatrubuddhi vinashaya deepakaya namostute. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. As sunlight expels the darkness of night, similarly, blessing brings in our life prosperity and happiness. To make this occasion a blessed one, invoke Almighty by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. For seeking the choicest blessing for the same, I invite our dignitaries on the dais to kindle the lamp. How do students attribute values to their educational credential and experience from the perspective of post-university employment is the most important question in today's scenario, as employer insists on job-ready graduates. The educators needs to have new ways of engaging with students that continue to play their strength, to offer authentic learning experience, and to help develop these valuable transferable skills. The academic courses must reflect the industrial need for sustainability-related curriculum design in higher education. To narrow this gap and to provide students with better business sustainability curricula, at the same time addressing the industrial research problem, Manipal Academy of Higher Education MAHE has proposed Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, in short MCBR. May I call upon Dr. Ravi Raja NS to give us a brief about MCBR.
Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research and Biopharma Partnership Vision. So what are the envisioned deliverables for this center? One is to enhance R&D and innovation capabilities, and then to build scientific and technical experience, and to develop skillful students, researchers, and faculty. The second pillar of this is revenue generation by applying grants to industry, government agencies, foundations, and also taking CSR grants. And we have potential industry partners. With some of them, we have already signed general agreements, and discussions are in progress. ESCO Aster Singapore, Stempeutics India, Curio Biotech Switzerland, Campbell Biopharma India, Cipla Limited India, and our own Suma Genomics, the faculty entrepreneurship. And we also want to build the Center of Excellence, develop leadership and advisory and consultancy support in this segment, and develop corporate partnerships to enhance Mahe as a preferred destination for industry to come and partner to develop biological therapeutics. Overall, we want to enhance Mahe's global visibility and ranking. What are the overall aims of this center? Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research aims to develop capabilities to carry out innovative research, process and product development in the area of biotherapeutics, to develop active research collaboration with global biopharma companies, facilitate biopharma companies to establish collaborative research units at Mahe, offer master's, doctoral and postdoctoral programs in the area of biotherapeutics. So MCBR will kind of work as a gateway. It will take the projects and programs from biopharma companies and also liaise with the research centers and global universities and deliver whatever required, the product or process, and also take a lot of internal help from other research institutions and units of Mahe. The vision of MCBR is to harbor highly collaborative and extramurally funded research programs to innovate, develop, and translate biological therapeutics mainly in the area of cell, gene, protein, and nanobiomaterial therapeutics. Mission is to carry out cutting-edge research in the area of biotherapeutics, leading to publications and publications in high-impact journals and patents of commercial impact, attract funding from biopharma agencies to develop process and products relevant to the industries, focus on developing human resources required for such industries by imparting education and training programs in biotherapeutics. The objective are to identify, discovery, innovate novel biotherapeutic agents and their target sites for chosen disease indications. And we plan to isolate, purify, and scale up manufacturing processes and technologies, and also formulation development. There are certain problems the industries experience, especially in the cell therapy, gene therapy area, where it is easy to start the product, but then to scale up and sustain is very difficult. There is a lot of gaps that this center would like to address. Process improvements, fill and finish validations, packaging solutions, documentation, IP filing are the objectives, and also the in vitro preclinical stability studies and early phase investigator-led clinical studies. Mahe has a lot of capabilities and we need to package it for the external world. MCBR may do something in terms of in vitro and also the preclinical studies, but when it comes to clinical translation, investigator-led trials, we have KMC with us, which has a very good name, and we can collaborate with them internally and do some of the investigator-led trials, and then we can hand it over to the pharma companies for further clinical trials and taking it to the market. Out-licensing IPs, which is very less usually in the Indian context. We see it a lot in the European and also in the US, European countries and the US, and universities usually get a lot of research revenue, which in turn will be pumped back to the university research, which is usually not seen in India. And the masters and research programs will be started in MCBR very soon, focusing on cell therapy, gene therapy, protein therapy, and also nanobiomaterial therapeutics. MSc and PhD and postdoc trainings in these areas will produce competent human capital required by biopharma companies, and also the curriculum, which is contemporary in consultation with biopharma companies, to involve product development, product characterization, formulation studies, drug discovery mechanisms, in vitro preclinical research, and also scale-up technologies, and fair knowledge of regulatory framework. So we get a lot of questions from a lot of startups, especially in the area of cell gene therapy, that how do we approach this? Is it a straight drugs and cosmetics regulation, or we need to navigate it in a different approach? So the center has enough expertise to give enough consultancy to the startups who are new in this area. Impart training to industry personnel on contemporary tools and techniques required in biopharma research. Also MCBR faculty to associate with biopharma industries as mentors, consultants, advisors, etc. So just a glimpse of infrastructure. I'm not going to cover everything for the want of time. So this is the research laboratory 1 that we have in the ground floor. Usually the MSc by research students will be using it, and we also have a research laboratory 2 adjacent to this. And this is the private partnership GMP room in the first floor, where we want to offer small modular spaces to the biopharma companies to come here and work with us and co-develop and co-create. So this is a kind of new concept in India. We don't see any university who will be inviting pharma companies to start their units in the university, taking all the expertise from the university to develop the products. Probably we are paving the way for this kind of association or engagement with the biopharma industries. This is the quality control room. This is the R&D laboratory in the first floor. This is the production room, all modular panels and epoxy coated flooring. And you can see the entire facility is as per the regulatory norms of India and also many of the Southeast Asian countries. This is the biotherapeutics clean room area, again on the first floor, which will be again unveiled today. And it is a spacious clean room with all the norms like entry, exit, the pass boxes to pass the material, and also cold storage room. Whatever that is required to develop these kind of products, cell, gene, and protein therapy, all the infrastructure is in place. And also some of the equipments I want to highlight, not all, only the major ones. This is the real-time PCR system from Thermo Fisher that we already have procured, and it is being installed now. And also the microscope from the Thermo Fisher with a good imaging system, electrophoresis unit, and CO2 incubators. We have many of them from ESCO from Singapore, who are the leading manufacturers of the CO2 incubators, ducted fume hood to do the related experiments, and liquid nitrogen Diwar to store our products. Many of our products should be stored at ultra low temperatures, minus 185 to minus 196 degrees Celsius. So the liquid nitrogen that is contained in this liquid nitrogen Diwar will facilitate us to store this product at that required temperature. Also, there is a lot of work to be done on the logistics side, whether we can reduce the price of moving these products which are stored in the minus 186 degrees Celsius to nooks and corners of India and the world within, say, 7 days or something like that, without taking a lot of cost on that. So technologies are emerging, whether we can put it in small containers, which are called dry shippers, or there are some other solutions by means of electricity, we can send it to other corners of the world. So we also would like to engage in such kind of research to reduce the logistics burden on the biopharma companies. This is the autoclave from the Equitron, and this is the flow cytometer from the BD Biosciences. This model is BD Accuray. And this is the imaging system from the Thermo Fisher. And what is the proposed collaboration model for this MCBR, and what's the benefit for industries? Because today when I speak here, we have many industries, not only in India, outside of India, who are seeing it live on the YouTube channel. And I want to give this information to all of those people who want to collaborate with us. So one is space. Collaborators can utilize GMP infrastructure, good manufacturing practice infrastructure, and start MAHE Industry Partnership Unit here in MCBR. Space is available for process optimization, development of new processes and products. And mentors. So it is not just MCBR. Although we are talking about MCBR, there is a large mentor pool within MAHE, which we want to showcase to the external world. Through MCBR, they can reach out to other institutions within MAHE and take all the expert consultations and mentorship. So whether it is development of autologous products, that is from the same person to the same person, or allogenic products from unrelated donors to the recipients, all these products manufacturing can be done here. And also the clinical trials to some extent can be done here, the early phase clinical trials. Of course, the other late phases will need the DCGA approval to take it to the next phases. And additional expertise for preclinical and clinical studies. We have a good animal house. We can do all the efficacy studies. Probably it's not enough for toxicity studies, as this is not a GLP accredited lab. And a lot of clinical inputs can be taken from Kasturba Medical College. We have galaxy of very expert doctors there. And also in the Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Manipal Life Science Centers, there are various centers we have experts, and we can coordinate this to the external world to harness the expertise of MAHE. And resources, skilled human resources, research scholars, PhD scholars, all these people can engage in the projects that are being given by the industries. Alternatively, collaborator can also register a company in MAHE incubators and outsource the translational projects to MCBR in the sphere of biological product development. So what do we need as MAHE? What are the benefits to MAHE by starting such centers? One is collaborative research publications, shared patents depending on the contributions, royalty revenue for co-developed or co-created products, and it can be for several years depending on the contracts, for 7 years or 8 years. When the products are in the market, we get a small percentage, maybe 5% or 10% of the net revenue that company gets from selling these products. Also, visibility of fostering industry academia collaborations. If you go to any of the top 100 universities in the globe, all of them have the industry collaborations and licensing revenue. So probably we also have to march towards that path. So who are the faculty who have joined or just going to join in a month or so? One is myself. So having 7+ years of experience in the North America, did my postdoctoral training in Mount Allison University, Canada, and also in Albert Einstein College of Medicine, New York, and I was a faculty there. So for the reason of family, I had to get back. And also I have 10+ years of product development experience in Stempeutics research, Manipal's own concern. And we have Dr. Sachin Kadam, who was doing the Master of Ceremony. His background is PhD in biotechnology from NCCS Pune, postdoctoral training from Johns Hopkins University, USA, assistant professor at Defense Institute of Advanced Technology, DRDO Pune, and associate professor at D.Y. Patil Education Society, Mumbai, and also chief technology officer at Advanced Cells, Noida, India. So he's an expert in the area of mesenchymal stem cells, R&D, process and product development, biomaterials, regenerative medicine, and bioartificial organs. So we also have Dr. Manjunatha S. Matigi, assistant professor, MCBR. Background is PhD in bioengineering from Chung Ang University, South Korea. And he has industry experience at Stempeutics for 7+ years as a manager. And his expertise is in process and product development for advanced cell therapy, stem cell manufacturing, advanced biomaterials, regenerative medicine in the area of cartilage, intervertebral disc, spinal cord injuries. And Dr. Raghavendra Upadhyay is going to join us very soon. His background is PhD from Manipal Life Sciences, postdoctoral training at Texas A&M University, research scientist 1 at Bamis Research Institute, India. And his expertise is in the development of optimization of cell-free therapy, extracellular vesicles, exosomes, human-induced pluripotent stem cells, mesenchymal stem cells, regenerative medicine, and neurodegenerative diseases. And we will also be joined by Dr. Sovik Dey. He is a DBT Ramalinga Swami Fellow, background PhD in reproductive biology from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, and postdoctoral research at Kent State University, Ohio, USA, member of the prestigious Royal Society of Biology, London, UK. Expertise in deciphering biochemical and molecular biological aspects of mammalian fertilization process with special emphasis on GSK3 calcineurin axis. So this is about the background of the institutions, faculty, infrastructure, and the equipments available. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi Raja, for the impressive overview and the insight on MCBR vision and mission. Now I request Dr. Manjunatha SM, Assistant Professor, MCBR, to introduce the inaugurator of today's event, Mr. Anurag Bagaria. Dr. Manjunatha, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sachin. It's an honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Anurag Bagaria, Chairman and CEO of Kemmel Biopharma. Mr. Anurag Bagaria joined Kemmel Biopharma in 2004 as a second-generation entrepreneur and became chairman in 2010. Kemmel is a global biopharmaceutical contract development and manufacturing company where Mr. Bagaria is responsible for managing and driving Kemmel's performance, formulating and executing long-term strategies, and leading the company's business operations globally. He is committed to developing strong customer relationships with the passion for building Kemmel's delivery capabilities and a disciplined focus on operations and execution. Mr. Bagaria holds a degree in chemical engineering from Cornell University and an MBA from Kellogg in the US. Presently, he is the board member of Kemmel Biopharma, Stempeutics Research Private Limited, Hemogenomics, and Prolinx. Kemmel's journey is definitely fascinating under the leadership of Mr. Bagaria. During 2016, he made a successful exit from Recipharma pharmaceutical operations in India. Kemmel has the manufacturing facility which is compliant with the principles of current good manufacturing practices of US FDA regulations. Very recently, Kemmel has announced the joint venture with Cipla Limited to develop, manufacture, and commercialize biosimilar products to the global markets. So with this brief note, I request team to present AV mode of inaugural address by Mr. Anurag Bagaria. Thank you.
Mrs. Vasanti Pai, Trustee of Mahe Trust, Dr. H.S. Balal, Pro-Chancellor of Mahe, Lieutenant General M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor of Mahe, Dr. Ravi Raj, Coordinator of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, and Dr. Ranjan Pai, Chairman, MEMG, other invitees and participants, a very good morning and my Dashera greetings to you all. I'm honored to be inaugurating this new center and I thank the Manipal team for this invitation. On this auspicious day of Vijay Dashmi, I'm delighted to inaugurate the Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research. I'm very happy to see that Mahe has taken the lead in the country to establish a dedicated center for biotherapeutics research, a science that continues to gain momentum in the universities of many developed countries. I'm confident this center will emerge as one of the eminent institutions in this part of the globe. In the last 40 years, biotherapeutics has become an integral part of modern medicine to improve human health with a focus on areas of cell therapy, gene therapy, protein therapeutics, and biomaterials. From insulin, the first modern medicine produced using biotechnological methods, to today's COVID vaccine, biotherapeutics research has come a long way. But we still have a long journey ahead of us. Biotherapeutics have helped mankind manage many tough diseases, from cancer and autoimmune diseases to orphan diseases like sickle cell disease and hemophilia. However, we are still only managing these diseases and not curing them. With advances in biotherapeutics research, especially in the areas of cell and gene therapy, we are starting to see cures for certain diseases. For example, CAR-T products for leukemia and gene therapy for spinal muscular atrophy. There are many such therapies in development and there hasn't been a more exciting time in this field. It is important to note that without academia-industry collaboration, none of this would have been possible. The CAR-T product is a strong example of such a collaboration between University of Pennsylvania, a premier academic institution, and Novartis, a leading pharmaceutical company. Thus, I am strongly encouraged and delighted that Mahe, an institution of eminence, is paving the way in India by establishing the Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, with the aim of developing impactful biological drugs and devices in collaboration with the biopharma industry. Mahe is an ideal institute for this center as it brings together excellence in multidisciplinary fields of health, engineering, business studies, and fundamental sciences. Biotherapeutics research can only be successful if there is a collaborative effort amongst these disciplines, and I am sure that MCBR will leverage the strengths of Mahe. Friends, I am confident that the Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research will not only promote quality education and research, but also actively collaborate with biopharma companies to advance science that will save many lives in the future. This center can develop a roadmap for an interdisciplinary research program, which is very important for finding solutions to various clinical problems. Furthermore, the center will also train students in their master's and PhD programs, which is the fuel needed to make the industry grow over the next generations. I am confident that the MCBR will break the translational barriers and build a bridge from fundamental science to products and solutions to improve human health. I again thank the Mahe leadership for inviting me to inaugurate this Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, and my best wishes goes out to all the faculty members, researchers and students of the MCBR for success in their mission. Thank you.
For your insight on today's requirement of industry-academia symbiotic approach to create strong platform for future-ready manpower. In today's information-hungry world, online presence is very important. Having website makes it very easy for people to find you, read up about your company, discover what you do, and answer a bunch of questions they have on your product. May I now request Madam Mrs. Vasanti Pai to formally inaugurate the MCBR webpage by pressing the button on the remote control. Thank you, Madam. Moving on, now let me welcome our guest of honors, Dr. Ranjan R. Pai, to address the gathering with his kind words. Please play the audio visual.
Mr. Anurag Bagaria, dignitaries on and off the dais, invitees, and participants who have joined the program online and offline, a very good morning to you all. Although I wanted to participate in this function personally, I could not do it because of some other commitments. On this auspicious day of Dasara, Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research has been inaugurated by Mr. Anurag Bagaria, Chairman and CEO of Chemwell Biopharma. As this research center is going to work closely with pharma and biopharma companies, inauguration by Anurag is very apt and meaningful. I'm glad to note, with the Institution of Eminence tag, MAHE has been expanding teaching and research activities on many fronts. The new entrant, Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, aims to offer master's, PhD, and postdoctoral programs in biotherapeutics and to foster partnership with pharma and biopharma companies on new product development. Globally, biotherapeutics is the fastest growing sector in the pharma industry today. According to the Association of Biotechnology-Led Enterprises, India's biologics market will grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 22% CAGR to hit $12 billion by the year 2025. The market currently is dominated by simple biologics such as therapies for treatment of diabetes, oncology, autoimmune, and cardiovascular diseases. But we need to get in deeper in areas of innovative cell therapies for regeneration and cancer treatment, gene therapy, monoclonal antibodies, vaccine, etc. to compete with the developed countries. Although biologics produced in the developed countries provide hope for many unmet medical needs, their high costs pose an entry barrier to the developing markets. I call upon the pharma and the biopharma companies to reduce the workload in their in-house R&D and focus more on strategic partnership with high-ranking institutions to manage time and money more efficiently. The nexus of Western universities and pharma companies have scripted many success stories in the pharma world. I hope Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research will enter into partnerships with biopharma companies to develop a successful academia-industry engagement model in this part of the world. My best wishes to the faculty and researchers working in this new research center, and congratulations to the MAHE leadership for this new initiative. I look forward to visiting this research center during my next trip to Manipal. Be safe and happy Dasara once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your encouraging and motivating words. Without any further delay, now I request Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, to address the event. Sir.
Good morning, everybody. Mrs. Vasanti R. Pai, First Lady of MAHE, Trustee MAHE Trust, Mr. Anurag Bagaria, Chairman and CEO, Chemwell Biopharma, Dr. Ranjan R. Pai, President MAHE Trust and Chairman, MEMG, Dr. H.S. Balal, Pro-Chancellor of MAHE, Dr. Sabahit, Registrar MAHE, Dr. Ravi Raja NS, Director Corporate Relations and Coordinator of MCBR, all the invited guests, heads of the institutions, faculty, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, very, very warm greetings from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, an institution of eminence deemed to be university, to all of you on this auspicious occasion of Vijayadashami. I recognize and thank Dr. Valiyathan and Dr. Ram Narayan for being present here today on this inaugural session of MCBR. It's a matter of great pride that we are inaugurating this state-of-the-art Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research on this auspicious day. MAHE, as an institution of eminence, has always laid great emphasis on research and development in addition to highest quality of academic programs. Research has been research has to focus on societal needs of today and tomorrow. And to achieve this, industry-academia collaboration is extremely important. Such collaborations are very widespread in developed countries, but it is very scarce and is in nascent stage in our country. Harvard MIT cluster in the US is a shining example of how successful an industry-academia collaboration can work. And recently, the Oxford University and AstraZeneca and the Serum Institute of India in the production of Covishield vaccine is a shining example of what industry-academia collaboration can achieve. In India, there's a growing need for such collaborations. Recognizing this fact, MAHE has taken lead in establishing Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research that aims to carry out translational research in the area of biological therapy in collaboration with biopharma industry. MCBR is a state-of-the-art facility with clear rooms, GMP areas, and very, very well-equipped research areas is very well placed to be a hub of activity for industry-academia collaboration, especially in the field of biotherapeutics. Probably, this is the first such center in our country dedicated to biotherapeutic research. The focusing on cell, gene, protein, nano, and biomaterial therapeutics, MCBR will be a future center of excellence and look forward to active collaboration with industry. The center has already employed highly qualified and skilled faculty having specialized training in developed countries. With this skill set, they are poised to make advancements by creating intellectual properties in the specialized area of biotherapeutic research. As we inaugurate this Center of Excellence, we invite and seek active collaboration with industry for mutually beneficial R&D activities. The center will also offer Masters by Research program to produce industry-ready professionals. PhDs, integrated PhD programs are also in the annual. I'm also very happy to note that one Ramalinga Swami postdoctoral fellow and one DST Inspire PhD fellow will be joining the center very soon. It's extremely creditable and commendable that from conception to execution, this project has taken less than a year. I would place on record my sincere appreciation to Dr. Ravi Raja, the project teams led by Captain Belliyappa, the General Services team led by Kal Prakash Chandra, the IT team led by Professor Balakrishna Rao, and a special mention must be made of Mr. Jai Vittal for getting all the statutory approvals in time. I think each one of the people have worked overtime. I've seen this center evolving in front of my own eyes from bare shell less than a year ago to what it is today. It's a true example of what a committed teamwork can achieve. Truly proud of Team MAHE. I'm extremely happy to be part of this inaugural ceremony. I wish Dr. Ravi Raja, the faculty and researchers of this center all the very best, and I'm sure that they will bring great laurels to MAHE. I look forward to active industry participation as co-development and co-creation model is mutually beneficial to academia and industry. I once again wish MCBR all the very best, and I'm sure that this will emerge as one of the leading centers of biotherapeutic research with industry-academia collaboration in future. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure MCBR will achieve all its goal and set a benchmark in near future. As Dr. Ravi Raja correctly mentioned, some problems cannot be solved in isolation in the laboratory. And in industry, feedback is a key to take an innovation or product from conception to market, where industry-academia collaboration will help to strike winning goal. At MCBR, we have provision to facilitate biopharma companies with GMP laboratory infrastructure to start MAHE private partnership research. At MAHE, at a very nominal usage fee or potential option to outsource translational research project to MCBR. Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research is in a very advanced stage of collaborating with few of the biotherapeutics organizations in India as well as abroad. These potential collaborators of MCBR have something to share with us. Let's listen to their views. First, we have Dr. Sitaram, who's the co-founder of Regenerative Cell Research Institute Private Limited. He will share his views. Can I have the audio visual, please?
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sairam. I'm a co-founder of RCRI, a stem cell company, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and an interventional pain specialist. My co-founder is Dr. Suresh Ane. He's from Flint, Michigan, and he's an allergist and immunologist. We're also stem cell specialists. We've been using bone marrow stem cells to treat back pain for the last 4.5 years. We are pioneering in this area, and we will be publishing our trial, which is the first controlled trial, and it is also the largest trial to treat back pain with stem cells. During the recent pandemic, we also were fortunate to use Wharton jelly cells to treat seriously ill COVID patients who were not responding to traditional treatments with good success. RCRI is a stem cell manufacturing company whose goal is to make sure patients with various conditions have access to stem cell therapies. And more importantly, we want to bring the latest technology from the US to India and treat patients. After exploring many options, we are planning to collaborate with MCBR to manufacture stem cells, and we feel that they are well positioned to meet our needs of manufacturing and getting drug approvals and taking it all the way to get drug status to these cells. We really wish MCBR great success and best wishes, and congratulations on your inauguration. Thank you.
Next, we have Dr. Roberto Salvi, Head Laboratory, Curio Biotech, Switzerland.
Nice to hear that Mahe is opening a new institute center for biotherapeutics research. I wish all the best. We'll be glad to hear more on their services and will be glad to collaborate on some aspects in the future.
Mr. Manohar B.N., Managing Director and CEO of Stemputics Research Private Limited, Bangalore, will share his views.
Good morning. I am happy to note that Mahe has started a Biotherapeutics Research Center at Manipal, which is need of the hour today. If we see the pharma companies globally, they are moving from chemistry to biology, and top 60% of the medicines sold globally are biologics. Biologics has taken a great lead in the pharma sector, and so is biosimilars, a generic version of biologics. In the recent past, cell and gene therapies have taken a great momentum, and the regulators around the world have started approving cell and gene therapy products for some of the major unmet medical needs. In India, Stemputics got the approval for Regenesip, a cell therapy product called Regenesip, for treating peripheral vascular disease, critical limb ischemia. But the industries are facing many challenges in terms of making the cell therapy product affordable. And second one is on manufacturing at a large scale for commercial use. And the third one is managing cold chain logistics for delivering the products to the patient. So I request MCBR to focus on industry relevant research, see how we can reduce the cost of the products, maybe by re-engineering the cells and making it more effective in terms of efficacy, and see whether we can reduce the number of cells what we need to inject to the patients. That will bring down the cost down. Focus on some new technologies for large scale manufacturing, and on the logistics side, instead of shipping the cells at minus 196 degrees centigrade, can we ship it at the room temperature or at minus 80 degrees centigrade? So there are many challenges. I request MCBR to focus on these challenges and help the industry. I wish Dr. Ravi, Mahe and MCBR a great success. Thank you.
Next is Dr. Mukesh Kumar, Vice President and Head, Clinical Research and Development, CIPLA, Mumbai.
Hi. Well, academia and industry engagement and cooperation is very important for advancement of science. And this is also true about the collaboration between academia and pharmaceutical industry, where the academia's role has been primarily to develop basic science. Pharma industry has funded that science and applied that science for the product development. Now this engagement and cooperation has really transformed into a collaboration and stronger relationship, strategic relationship between pharma and academia. And this is primarily driven by need of pharma industry to develop products quicker, better and more economically. There is a huge pressure on the cost of product development. This is also important for academia to get the funding from pharma and work on the science which can be translated for the benefit of the human. And in case of this industry, this is for the drug development. This collaboration is widespread. It is across continents, it's across spectrum, it's between big pharma and academia, it's in small pharma and academia. And we have many examples. The big pharma like Novartis, Sanofi, all of them, they are having partnership with universities, and we have seen many drugs coming from that partnership. Smaller pharmas also, they are partnering with platform technology organizations and also the product development science, the universities which are working on the science of product development. So this is going to go stronger, and we need actually stronger relationship to develop the products. This is also started in India, and in my experience of working with global pharma and Indian pharma companies, I have seen a desire of working with the academic institutes, and some of the relationships have really given the results also. Thank you.
Dr. Vasana Sambandhamurthy, CEO of DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance, will share his view now.
Hi, I'm Vasan Sambandhamurthy, the Chief Executive Officer of DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance, an independent, dynamic public charity that funds research in health and biomedical sciences in India over the last 13 years. India Alliance invests in transformative ideas and supportive research ecosystems to advance discovery and innovation to improve health and well-being of the society. On behalf of India Alliance, my heartiest congratulations and best wishes for the establishment of the Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, a first of its kind initiative to educate, skill, and groom the next generation of top-class scientists specializing in the field of biotherapeutics. This center, via strong research-based programs ranging from masters to doctoral and postdoctoral research training, will bridge the gap in the professional expertise required to foray into the promising and highly regulated field of biotherapeutics. With a strong focus on product and process development in the areas of cell, gene, protein, and biomolecule therapeutics. This center should serve as a catalyst to strengthen academia-industry collaboration and continuously innovate on a sustainable model to identify and address health issues of national importance, and in the process, design affordable treatment options for the benefit of the larger society. Our association with the Manipal Academy of Higher Education has strengthened over the years with many of India Alliance grantees pursuing cutting-edge research in biomedical, clinical, and public health research. Once again, wishing the very best and great success for this new initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sairam, Dr. Salvi, Mr. Manohar, Dr. Mukesh, Dr. Vasan, for your kind words. President of today's function is our Pro-Chancellor Dr. H.S. Ballar, who's guiding force for all of us. Sir, may I request you to pass on presidential remark?
I am a little nervous today because my wife is sitting right in front of me. Our chief guest of this morning's program, First Lady of MAHE, Mrs. Vasantiyar Pai, our inaugurator, Mr. Anurag Bagaria, Chairman and CEO of Kernwell Biopharma, my Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General M.D. Venkatesh, bridegroom of today, Ravi Raj, who is the boss of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research. I have two of my former Vice Chancellor, the first Vice Chancellor, Veliathan, and Dr. Ram Narayan. My Registrar, Dr. Narayan Sabahit. I see a lot of heads of the institutions and my dear friends. I am very happy to be part of this inaugural ceremony of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research. Ravi Raj, as a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago approached me and said, 15th of this month, the auspicious day, Dasara, Vijayadashami, we are going to inaugurate our new center. You must come and preside over the function. I said, I readily agreed. That's why I am here. So my warm greetings of Vijayadashami to all of you. Now it's very important that we remember our founder, the late Dr. T.M.A. Pai. All of us are here because of this great man who was a visionary, always used to think much ahead of his times. He started the first self-financing medical college in this country way back in 1953, Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. Boss is here, the dean, Sharat Rao. And that is the flagship. Because of that, all these things have started. One of his ambitions was to see that we get a university status. But unfortunately, he was not able to achieve that. His dream was not fulfilled because he died in the year 1979. However, his son, our present Chancellor, Dr. Ramdas M. Pai, took over the reins after his death and fulfilled the dream of his father by getting us the deemed university status in the year 1993. Not only that, he spread the tentacles of Manipal across this country and beyond the shores of the country. So we have campuses outside the country also. He was responsible for that. And now his son, Ranjan Pai, whom you have just heard, is further expanding and giving a lot of fillip to research and developmental activities. That's why we are here. And also, because of all these achievements, it is very important that we remember our first Vice Chancellor, M.S. Veliathan, who has laid the foundation. For any high-rise building to sustain, it's very important that there should be a very strong foundation. So because of the strong foundation, because Veliathan is not only just a great or a reputed cardiothoracic surgeon, but a researcher also. You all know he worked in the famous National Institute of Importance, Sri Chitra Tirunal as the chief, and they have invented Chitraval. I am sure all of you are aware of that, and Veliathan's brainchild it was, and also we have taken Venkatesh, who is with us in biomedical engineering, isn't it? He is the faculty. So they started it from there, that is creation. I always say, as an organization or an academic institution or a university, you have two responsibilities. One is imparting the existing knowledge, which is not that difficult. But creation of new knowledge, that is through research and developmental activities, is very important. This foundation is started by our first Vice Chancellor, Veliathan. Veliathan, we are very thankful to you for the strong foundation that you have laid. Now we have all these heads of the institutions, and as I said, Kasturba Medical College, which is our flagship. It was the 29th medical college to be started by our founder in 1953. And today we have more than 650 medical colleges. And I am very happy and proud to say that we are consistently ranked within the top 10 medical colleges. I always say to reach the top is difficult, but to remain in that position is still more difficult, which we have been able to do. That is basically because of the good faculty and the good students that we have. My congratulations to you, Sharath Rao, for leading this institution from the front. Now, to promote this research and developmental activities, we carved out Life Science Center. Boss is there, Nilri Satyamurthy, Dr. Satyamurthy. We have started with that by basically to promote this research and developmental activities. So they are doing an excellent work. And also we have Central Research Laboratory. Girisha is here, our head of genes. Girisha Katta. Nilla, nodlepa ellaru, nenu gurtagali. And Pharmacy College, Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Science. Again, the boss is there, Dr. Mallikarjun Rao. We always consider it as the research hub for our activities. And we have running 2 bio-incubators. Isn't it? Manish Thomas is here. Come. He is, because we have 1 incubator along with the government of Karnataka, which he is heading, and then Sri Hari Upadhyaya Barlilwa, he is not here, another incubator. And also we have an innovation center in MIT. All these things are done basically to promote research and developmental activities. And also for creating many of these newer things, so that we will become the hub of entrepreneurs. We want more job creators than job seekers. That is very important for our country, because unemployment is a major problem that is facing our country. To eradicate or to reduce that, it's very important that we should have more of job creators than job seekers. All these things are done basically to promote that, and also creation of newer things, patenting and other things. Recently, the other great advantage that MAHE has, we have 25 institutions or disciplines, both on the health science and technology side, as a result of which multidisciplinary research, which is very, very important, or the research of the day, that can be done easily because of the cooperation between the health sciences side and the technology side, which we are doing to the full extent. My congratulations to all the heads of the institutions who are taking a lot of active part. Because today, even regulatory bodies insist on research and developmental activities. And I am very sure that we got this IOE, Institution of Eminence status, last year because of the quality of the research and developmental activities that we are doing, in addition to the teaching or academic activities. So there are more than 1,500 universities in this country. When the government of the India, Ministry of Education, decided to have 6 institutions of eminence, basically to promote research activities, so that we will be shown as the shining stars of the country, so that we can rather compete with the rest of the world. 3 from the private sector and 3 from the public sector are selected. Of the 3 private sectors, we are the ones. I am very happy to say that MAHE, BITS Pilani, and of course Ambani's, which is a greenfield, not yet started. Later, they have expanded it to 20. All these they have identified because we are a quality university, basically promoting research and developmental activities. Now, I call upon the biopharma and biotechnology companies in India, as has been already told, and also abroad, to collaborate with our Manipal Center for Biotherapeutic Research and other institutions of MAHE to bring out innovative products to meet the unmet medical needs. There are many things which we are not able to cure today. Many of them are, they say, are genetic. We inherit from our ancestors. To meet all those things, we must have products which can be discovered or developed or innovated. But when you do all these things, it is very important that you should look for affordability. Unless it is affordable to the common man, it is absolutely of no use, because in our country, majority of the people are not that rich. These products that you produce must be affordable to the common man. Then only it will be useful. And I am sure our Center for Biotherapeutic Research, will be helped by all these people, so that they can produce products which will meet the unmet needs of medical field in our country today. And also the other thing that we normally talk, a lot of our graduates are unemployable today, or they get underemployment. They don't get jobs commensurating with the qualifications that they possess. especially in engineering college. They say hardly 25% of the engineers who come out are employable. That is basically because of the big gap between industry and academia gap. And I'm sure this will create a bridge or decrease the industry academia gap so that more and more of our people will be employable. So with these few words, ladies and gentlemen, I wish this new Center for Biotherapeutic Research, headed by dynamic Ravi Raja, every success, and I assure you that MAHE, on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, will give all the support that is required for this to grow from strength to strength. And I wish this center every success, and I wish you all the very best. And once again, my happy Dasara greetings to all of you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your motivating and encouraging words. Gratitude is the best attitude. Now I call upon Dr. Manjunatha to propose vote of thanks.
Honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, and dear participants, on behalf of Manipal Center for Biotherapeutics Research, I feel immense pleasure in proposing the vote of thanks. I am expressing my sincere gratitude to Mrs. Vasanti R. Pai, who has spared her precious time to grace this occasion. Madam, your presence made a lot of difference, and our sincere thanks for launching the web page of MCBR. Thank you, Madam. I would extend the hearty thanks to Mr. Anurag Bagaria, Chairman and CEO of Kemmel Biopharma, for inaugurating MCBR. Thank you, sir, for making this event more meaningful and memorable. I would take this opportunity to express my deep appreciation to our guest of honor, Dr. Ranjan R. Pai, for all the support in all our endeavors to excel in the field of biotherapeutics research and education. I would further extend the hearty thanks to our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. H.S. Ballal, for the presidential remarks, and as always, for his inspirational and thought-provoking insights. I would especially thank our Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, for his total involvement from the beginning and unwavering support in establishing this new research center. I would take this opportunity to express my deep appreciation to Dr. Ravi Raja N.S. for conceptualizing this center to address the need for a strong academia-industry partnership to enhance research and development and innovation capabilities in the area of biotherapeutics. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Chetana and Mrs. Veena for the melodious invocation. So, my deep sense of thanks and appreciation goes to Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. P.L. N.J. Rao, Registrar Dr. Narayana Sabahit, Executive Vice President Dr. Vinod Bhatt also. I would take my deep sense of thanks and appreciation to former Vice Chancellors Padma Vibhushan, Dr. M.S. Valethan sir, and Dr. K. Ramnarayan sir. Our sincere thanks to Madam Indira Ballal, Madam Kusuma Venkatesh, all the directors, deans, heads, and coordinators of constituent units of MAHE, and directors and officials of functional departments. Our sincere thanks to Captain Belliappa and team, Colonel Prakash Chandra and team, Professor Balakrishna Rao and team, Mr. Suresh K and team, Mr. Jayvital and team, Mr. Sridhar Rao and team, Mrs. Hilda and event management team. I thank the press and digital media personnel. I thank each and everyone who have contributed directly and indirectly to the success of this function. At the end, I thank all the participants who have joined us in person and online. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Although we have reached to the end of this stage function, inauguration function is not yet over. I request all the dignitaries and guests to join us for the inauguration of MCBR Private Partnership GMP Lab and MCBR Biotherapeutic Clean Room Facility on the first floor. Thank you everyone for your valuable presence and gracing this occasion. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
space, sir. You have a room here, which is called GMP room, sir, where it's epoxy coated with all the metal walls, so that the gross level surface work can be done here. Pass box to pass the materials from outside to inside. People are not supposed to carry in hand. These are the
Purely world-class creation of vaccine.
transfer the materials from outside to
Lot of
inside.
safety measures.
This is an air shower. So in order to go inside, we have to open this and stand here. Then we will get kind of all dust particles. Madam, come this side. This air shower, we have to stand here. Then the air will blow from above. So the particles just everything will go.
Yes, yes, yes.
And similar air shower we have here. We go to the QC room and production. We have all those things on the other side. This we want to offer as modular units to the pharma biopharma companies to do. That thing is the modular metal walls which are tunable. So that should not be there. The particle counts are also measured. There are norms how many particles can be there in this room and how many times air should completely pass through in a year. Almost 30 times the entire air has to pass within an hour actually. One of the world-class facility for biotechnology. We'll go to the other end, there is another key rooms. We can That side is mainly for the companies. This is mainly for the internal business.